Hi, my name is Gina Copanzzi. I'm an instructor and metalsmith at the Delaplaine Visual Arts Education Center in Frederick, Maryland. I started metalsmithing in my teens when metalsmithing classes were offered at my high school. I just really loved the creativity of forming and shaping metal into beautiful pieces of one-of-a-kind jewelry. I like working in non-ferrous metals, which are metals without iron, so I work in gold and silver, copper, bronze. I also like working with gemstones, making bezel stone setting. These are all techniques that I cover in our class at the Delaplaine, in our jewelry making class. I also love experimenting, hours and hours of experimentation to come up with new techniques and incorporating those into my jewelry too. Right now, I'm working with carving wood and setting stones on top of wood and then setting that into pendants and rings. It's really like a fun process just to sort of go out of the box and just sort of come up with some new ideas. I've also had the opportunity to study with master metalsmiths around the world, and I've also learned all of their tips and techniques, which I love to share with my students at the Delaplaine. There's always something new to learn. There's always something coming up with something new. I mean, the possibilities are endless, and this is what has been keeping me doing metalsmithing for as many years as I have been doing. And I really would love to share these techniques with you. I'm also going to be making some videos from my home studio showing you some of these different techniques that you could do at home during this time when we're not able to get into class. So I hope that you watch them. I hope that you enjoy it. I hope if you have any questions, you let me know, and I'll be happy to answer any of your questions. And I'm looking forward to doing these videos for you and meeting you in the future. So what I'm using is the Eurotool torch head. It's for a butane torch. You can purchase these from Amazon. They're very inexpensive, maybe about $25 or $30. And what you use with it is butane fuel. When you purchase the fuel, you want to make sure that it has a top like this with a notch in it, because there's a couple different types of butane out there. So this is the one that you need. And what you're going to do is you're going to match up the notch in the top of the can with the notch in the torch head, twist. To turn it on, you turn it to the left and you pull the trigger, and there you go, ready to solder. It's as simple as that. I'm going to do just a little simple soldering demo here. So basically I'm going to take my piece of wire and I'm going to file the ends, because it's very, very important that everything has a good connection when you're soldering. If the ends aren't flush, it's going to be really hard to solder them together because solder won't fill a gap. So you have to have them touching and flat. Today I'm going to use medium solder. There's a lot of different types of solder you can use out there: hard, medium, easy, extra hard. But today I'm going to use medium solder. And I'm going to place my solder seam. Just bear with me as I try to get a good angle on this. I'm just going to take my little piece of solder right here. I'm going to put my solder seam right on top of my piece of solder. I'm going to use some flux. You need to use flux to make the solder flow. I prefer the liquid flux, but it also comes in a paste flux, so either one will work. It's basically a solution that keeps your metal clean so your solder will flow. So once I have it set up, I'm going to go ahead and turn the torch on. I'm going to heat my whole piece of metal. I am soldering on a solderite board. You can use charcoal if you want also. And hope you saw that. The solder just pulled right up into my seam. I'm going to quench, and you can see it pulled the solder right up into the seam. And now at this point, I would put it in the pickle, which is a citric acid that removes all the oxidation from the metal. And then at that point, you could hammer it, put some texture on it, whatever you like to do with it. I just want to show you a little bit how to add some beautiful patinas to your metals with gilder's paste. So basically I have a piece of metal here that has a texture on it that I got the texture on here by rolling it through the rolling mill, but you can buy textured metal or you can hammer a texture on there or etch a texture on there. However you get your texture on there, once your texture's on, we want to add a beautiful patina to this. So I'm going to use this product today that's called gilder's paste, and this particular color is called Patina. It adds a beautiful permanent patina to your metal. It also works on wood and ceramic and a lot of other things too. So you can purchase this through Amazon, and I'm sure there's a lot of other places that sell it too. So I like to use my fingers. You can use a paintbrush or whatever you want to use. So you're going to go ahead, this is brand new, I just got this in the mail because my old one was used. So go ahead and open your packaging, screw the top off, almost looks like shoe polish in a little tin. I'm going to put a little bit on my finger and I'm going to rub it on my metal. It's always better to have your metal clean and have a little bit of a rough texture on there. So if you need to steel wool it, or if you want to use a little bit of light sandpaper. So once you have your color on there the way you like it, then you're just going to take a little bit of a cloth and burnish it. So you could use a nice soft cotton cloth or a little paper towel or something. Once this dries in about 24 hours, it's dried to the touch almost right away. But once it dries after about 24 hours, it'll be permanent, beautiful, gorgeous patina. This comes in so many different colors. I personally like this color that's called patina. It looks really great on copper. But also, there's plenty of metallics. There's gold, silver, bronze. And then again, there are also some other colors, orange, navy blue. I mean, there's so many colors to work with. And it really just enhances your jewelry and just puts a beautiful patina on there.